Throughout the course of my life, I've had many mentors and educators who have impacted me, but there's three that stand out and always will. In third grade, I had Miss Johnson at Roosevelt Elementary School in Santa Monica, who I will never forget for many of her teachings that were just out of the box. Then there was Mr. Sawaya at Samo High, who I'm sure impacted many others as well. But the one that is near and dear to my heart, that is the reason why I'm sitting here today and why I have a nonprofit, is Mr. Lee Finch. He headed a program called Young Life, which was a after-school program that was geared towards capturing kids who are at risk in the neighborhood in Santa Monica and Venice. And they would take us on after school adventures, and sometimes it was just getting something to eat so he could get to know you. It was a Christian-based group, and so a lot of kids thought it was dorky or not cool to be a part of, but Mr. Finch made it cool. First, he didn't judge you, and he was offering you a free milkshake and french fries at Foster Freeze. So that was a win-win for a latchkey kid like me who wasn't allowed to eat at Foster Freeze. So that's how it all started. Then he enrolled me in a sleepaway camp up in Big Bear. And it was the first time that I had to stand up in front of a group of people, recite silly things, and get over certain fears about, being uncool in front of your peers. That sort of opener to being able to talk about my feelings and get out of my comfort zone is what led to him really being a pivotal person in my life that saved me from the direction I was going. I was always really good in school and didn't really have to try, but I was more enamored with the social life. And Mr. Finch saw that some of us kids, we were just needing a little bit more mentorship and support. My mom was in makeup and hair in the film industry. I was a latchkey kid, so I had a lot of free time after school, and I chose to hang out with kids that today, some are still in jail, some have just got out of prison, and I was definitely going down a path where I was going to be a byproduct of that. Mr. Finch never judged me. He never made me feel ashamed of anything that I had done or who I was hanging out with or what I was wearing or my makeup. He just embraced me. He was always there to hear anything, and when you were in trouble, we could call him from a payphone, which I had to do many times. Mr. Finch also provided tutoring for any homework that you were missing. He was also someone you could call to meet with your teachers instead of your parents as a buffer, which I utilized him for a couple of times when I was afraid to go home and say that I was failing in a class. He's also the reason that I decided that I was going to go to college after high school. He put together a trip so that we could see what college life would look like, and he made it attainable. He said money wasn't an issue. The money it cost to fill out the applications, he would take care of it. Don't worry about it. The program took care of it. But what he taught us was that we had to keep dreaming. We had to keep pushing. He made us completely let go of all our insecurities with his silly theatrical circle time, talk time, things that he would get all of us to do. And he really pushed me outside the box. Ultimately, he saw something in me. He read all of my language art papers and said, you should be an AP English. And if somebody hasn't told you, I'm going to go down to the school and make sure that you are. Mr. Lee Finch didn't only change my life, but he impacted and changed the lives of my friends and many others. And in fact, he's the reason that today I have outreach to the arts, and I'm on a quest to change the lives of many young individuals in my community as well.